Greetings to everyone out there in YouTube land. I'm Ahmed Hassanin, and I just want to give a shout out to Coach Dan. Thank you for all the support you show the team and the players. Everyone hit the like, subscription button, and yell woo in the comments. Thank you, and go Lions.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live, Coach Dan, by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your momentary host, Danodamus, and yes, I'm from Transylvania, for all those who ask. I'm not from this place or that other place. I just forgot to let you know I'm from Transylvania. But that's got nothing to do with anything, because we're talking about today's biggest game of the season, of the year, of the whole shebang and bang. And let me tell you, I have had to spend a whole lot of time this morning. I woke up many hours ago. Feels like 15 minutes ago. Anyways, I woke up early to tell the fortunes, to talk to the tea leaves, to see what the leaves and snow outside have to tell me about today's game. And I've got some very big, bold predictions for today. One, Jared Goff will only be sacked one time. It'll be early in the game. Don't worry, it'll be no problem. He'll kind of trip and fall, and he'll get back up. Not a problem. Then the Lions will see the offense explode all over the Green Bay Packers to put up over 400 yards of total offense en route to winning a very hotly contested 27-20 victory on your Turkey Day, the day to give praise to turkeys everywhere across the land. The great turkey will come down from the skies above Ford Field and drop a big elbow on Jordan Love. Not when the refs are looking, though. That would be a penalty. Anyways, the Lions will record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sacks of Jordan Love. Jordan Love will not have any mashed potatoes today. He'll have probably some, green bean casserole or something. And Amon-Ra St. Brown will set a NFL record. That's right, you heard this here first. With 5 receptions. We'll get into that later. I hear Dan himself will talk about this today. But he will set an NFL record with this, as well as the Lions running dual back attack will go off for nearly 200 yards of offense. Micah Parsons will be crying and praying to Jerry to bring him back to Dallas as the Detroit Lions record an epic win. Also, Aiden Hudson, he's going to slap Jordan around a lot today. And Marcus Danforth is coming out of retirement, kind of. He's going to come back from the injured reserve and also have many pressures on Jordan Love. This will cause Jordan Love to throw 2 interceptions today as the Detroit Lions walk away laughing and gobbling much turkey. Well, hey, I want to thank Danodamus for stopping by today. Apparently, he did get the right address. And yes, we've got a big showdown today. You guys get it? The Lions, Packers, nobody has ever faced each other more on Thanksgiving than these two teams. And you guys get it. This is for basically one team's going to be out of the playoffs. One team's going to be in the playoffs, at least when it comes to Monday, or I guess we could say Tuesday when the week officially ends. The Lions have a whole lot on the line. You guys understand it. They lost the first game of the year against the Packers. If they lose this game, man, they really got a big upward battle and climb to get back into playoff positioning. If the Packers lose, I think they're basically in the same kind of situation as Detroit. They're going to have to kind of scramble drill mode. And yes, my hair was a little upset this morning for whatever reason. It's not looking the greatest. But, it's Thanksgiving. It's Turkey Day. We're all kicking back. And I want to help you guys kick back and enjoy your day with today's episode of the show. We're going to get on the 5 headlines now. We'll have to see what all you guys have to say today. But make no mistakes, in the history of Thanksgiving football games, there has not been a more meaningful or impactful one than this. Yesterday's news is, I want to give again shout out to Professor Steele, Kurt, the Hitman Steele, Johnny Gaz, Hutch Jr., everybody for coming on the episode yesterday with the breaking news about Frank Ragnow. Let's be honest. There hasn't been a bigger person coming out of retirement leading into a Thanksgiving Day game since the 1932 Portsmouth Spartans were winning Thanksgiving Day football games. And I think we all remember that one. All right, with all that done, out of the way, let's get this show rock and rolling and going real quick before we do. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 subs away from hitting 15,700. So if you can help out with that, I surely would be thankful. Also, if you got a half second of time, easy, doesn't cost a dime. Hit that thumbs up button, that like button, hit all the buttons. We try to get every episode of the show between 2, 3, 400 or more thumbs up or likes. Last but most certainly never least, if you are maybe considering, I don't know, finding something to read, maybe you're looking for a holiday gift, whatever it may be, go to Amazon.com or wherever you find great reading literature. Order yourself a copy of Kajora book. It is the first in a 9-part series. The second one releases next month. You know what? Go ahead and check it out if you like historical, fictional novels that involve, how about Native American and Japanese cultures? Roughly 1,000 years before Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. Check it out, and if you like it, you know what? Leave a kind review. All right, all that done out of the way. Let's get this show rocking, rolling. G.I. Joe moving and going. I don't know. We're kicking off with 5 headlines now. And sometimes I have that volume up way too loud for that music. All right, Matt LaFleur sets a record straight about Dan Campbell. Packers-Lions rivalry heats up on their Thanksgiving Day matchup. A to Z Sports, story by Wendell Ferreira with this one. Matt LaFleur, he's got a lot of respect for Dan Campbell, and I have to say this. If you look across the NFL, is anybody aware of an NFL coach or anybody in the league that has anything bad to say about MCDC? I'm not aware of it, but maybe some of you guys are. What we can say is LaFleur, in this interview, had a ton, and I'm not going to read through all the quotes, we'd be here all day, but had a ton of praise for MCDC, gave him credit for coming into a franchise. We all probably understand the story by now. Left for Dead, the worst professional sports franchise in North America, maybe on planet Earth. LaFleur talked ad nauseum about the job that he had, rebuilding, getting people to believe, attracting rookies that want to put in an effort to the organization, let alone a few key selective free agent signings here and there. LaFleur said, he has helped change the game. MCDC's helped change the game. Talked about the aggressiveness on 4th downs, even though last week we saw that kind of tempered. And LaFleur, for being a heated rival, he understands when he took over the Green Bay Packers, he was kind of gift-wrapped in, a pretty good team, pretty good quarterback at that time, and an organization that knew how to win. Also talked about when MCDC came on, he was, going from scratch. We get it. When the ball gets kicked off here today, they're mortal enemies, or we should say, they're both focused on trying to win. Like every coach, every athlete, everybody wants to win all the time. What we can say with this is it's nice to have coaches talk about other coaches, talk about their strengths, talk about, whatever they see with them, and then also show respect towards the other one. We all get it as fans. When this game starts today, we don't care what kind of words you have to say. We want to punch you in the mouth and pull you down by the hair and just beat you down, win the game. And these are metaphors that we don't actually want to do that to the other team, but we all get it. LaFleur had a whole lot of respectful things to say, and it's nice to see that. Go check the story out if you got a little time today. All right, we'll go to the next of 5 glorious headlines now. Lions may be on the verge of losing their perfect John Morton replacement. Sideline report, story by Laura Lampert. This, I thought this could come into play last offseason. I know he got interviewed a couple of times. Hank Fraley. There's more and more rumors starting to pop up that teams are starting to consider him for the college ranks. And I don't make any misdirections about it. When the NFL season's over, we get it. He got interviewed last year for the Seattle offense coordinator job. He will get interviewed for more and more jobs this year. Fraley has got a reputation across the NFL as having a certain kind of way about him, being able to really coach up offensive linemen. Yes, I think we all agree Detroit's offensive line this year hasn't been like it has the last few years. There's some of that, as we know, Frank Ragnow's retirement, even though he's coming back out of retirement. Some of it is maybe just the timing of things with losing Kevin Zeitler, losing Frank Ragnow. whatever you want to say, losing Christian Mahogany due to injury. The Lions' offensive line has been in flux, but all different reports also do say that Freddie does wonderful work, not just with teaching offensive linemen how to grow and develop, which you can see, at least in my opinion, with the Lions' offensive line, but you can also understand that he understands offense a whole lot. He's learned from Ben Johnson. He's learned from MCDC. Will this be his final year in Detroit? I think it's a possibility, but we'll deal with that more once the season is over. All right, Packers, Lions set for a historic Thanksgiving showdown with Micah Parsons in Spotlight. MSN story by Glenn Can't You Big? How about that? No doubt about it. The Lions are going to come in game planning how to stop Micah Parsons. You're going to have to, right? Because while we can say the same thing about Aiden Hutchinson, a game changer, if you just let him go off left and right, single block, on the offensive line, he's probably going to eat pretty well. Micah Parsons, no different. You've seen since week 1 of the NFL season to where we are today how the Packers have evolved their usage with him. They use him a lot now as a standing linebacker, having sprint and blitz, getting after the quarterback, using his athleticism. I do anticipate today, not really a spoiler, I'm just throwing it out there. I think they're going to use a lot of pulls or, like I said, linebacker blitzes with Micah Parsons to have him attack the middle of the Lions' offensive line. They're going to try to do whatever they can to cause matchup problems for Detroit. We all get it since the Cleveland Browns game, in my opinion. That's been kind of the blueprint, and Minnesota took it to another level. Now everybody's trying to replicate that. What will they ultimately do with Parsons? We'll have to wait till the game to see, but at least that's what insiders are saying. Micah Parsons, you stop him, you really do limit the Packers' defense a whole lot, and then the lack of athleticism you have in some of that secondary, all the zone coverage they run, because they run, I want to say it's something like 93% zone coverage because they really can't play sound man-to-man defense. So if you can stop Parsons, if you can stop some of the pass rush, you know what? You probably got a pretty good chance at putting up some big yardage against the Packers defense. All right, next to the 5 glorious headlines now. Detroit Lions depth chart today versus Packers. The tight end offensive line depth to be tested. Live story by Ben Raven. Nevermore. And I'm going to bring something up on the screen. I'm going to try to here if I hit a few buttons correctly. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Not that one. It's right around here. Okay, there we go. And let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger on your respective screens. All right, there you go. And I'll even get this out of the way. All right, let's walk through the depth chart because I think we all get it. There's a whole lot of people beat up for both teams respectfully. And, Graham Glasgow's out. Who's going to start today? We'll have to wait and see. I think we all probably expect maybe Colin, and I always kill his name, but Colin would start. Kirby Joseph, not a big surprise. He's out. Pascal is out. Khalif Raymond out. Brock Wright out. Terrion Arnold is questionable. Davenport questionable. Although I don't think there's any question about it. I think they're both going to play. Taylor Decker, Miles Frazier. Whether or not Frazier plays today, that's probably one of the bigger questions out there. Taylor Decker, if you can see it on your respective screen, he was limited participation all week long. But I think, basically at this point in his career, like he has all season, he's going to be out there and playing, powering through it. And I actually thought last week was his best performance of the year. Maybe he is finally getting healthier. Frazier is the wild card in all this, and everybody's going to have their own opinion when it comes to Miles Frazier. Is he something? Can we lean on him this year? Is he nothing? Maybe next year? I don't know. I guess that's the best thing anybody can say. You've got all sorts of reports running rampant from SI.com, Pro Football Talk, whoever else. I've had reports from people I trust within knowledge of the situation saying that he's looked like a monster. Can he be a monster and a big boon for the Lions offense today? We'll find out probably around 1 o'clock today. All right, Tate Ratledge. Also, limited practice all week long. You guys know he's been powering through some injuries. He's questionable. Penei Sewell, copy and paste what I just said about Taylor Decker and Ratledge. He's been questionable with limited participation all week. Isaac Tesla, guess what? He's been limited participation all week. He's questionable. Sion Vaki, he's been limited you guys get it, man. He's questionable too. Brian Branch, limited 1 day, full practice the last 2 days. He's good to go. Jacob Sailors is back on the attack, and even though he's limited participation. For those who don't know, you probably won't get into this with a separate video or anything. I just don't think it's warranted. But Craig Reynolds was released by the Detroit Lions. We had been speculating, the Duke crew and I, for I don't know, man, maybe a month because he had been inactive for games. Is his time in Detroit done? It is officially done now. I think that's a sign that they have a whole lot of belief in Sailors as a running back, but also Sione Vaki. Even though he's been hurt and everything else with him, Vaki, if you never watch him in college, it's going to be hard to tell you what he can be. I get some people are going to say, well, he can play defense for us. He didn't in college and running back. I don't really think he can play safety at the NFL level. I could be completely wrong, but I just don't think he's got that skill set. When it comes to his offensive prowess, though, that's where I think he becomes interesting. I could see them using him as a bit of an H-back, halfback split, putting him out in the flats, motioning him out sort of like they have with Gibbs in the last several games. He's not Gibbs. Let's face that. Let's get that out of the way real quick. But you know what he is? He brings a whole lot of versatility. He can run, he can catch, he can run routes too. He is pretty skilled in that regard. Is this a sign that he is going to start emerging for the Detroit Lions? I have to wait and see, but I think it is a possibility. All right, last headlines. Amon-Ra St. Brown is 6 catches away from history. NBC Sports story by Mike Florio with this one. I was not aware of this. I'm going to be upfront in person with you, but for the season, St. Brown has 75 receptions, puts him on pace for 116. He has 90, 106, 119, and 115 in his 4 prior seasons for receptions. Lions receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown is chasing history, and he's about to catch it with several games to spare. Via NBC Sports research, St. Brown has 505 career catches. With 6 more, he'll pass Saints receiver Michael Thomas for the most receptions by any player in their first 5 years of the NFL. Let that sink in. A whole lot of people, if you guys want to go back in time machine, when we selected this guy, and I'm going to paraphrase here, people said he's a bum, why'd we waste it? He's a midget receiver, he can't outrun my mom. I don't know if that's true. My mom's pretty fast. I don't think he can outrun her, so we'll have to wait and see. But a lot of people, when he was drafted, said he was a wasted pick. Then he got through the first half of the season. He wasn't even taking snaps with the Lions offense. At least very limited in practice, etc. So whenever we say this, and I say this all the time on the show, I don't really judge draft picks until maybe the end of year 2, maybe year 3. St. Brown, you guys all understand the last several games of his rookie year, he did emerge, break out. To be fair, the Lions didn't really have any receivers at that point. I don't think there's anybody who was in front of him in the depth chart the first 10 games of his rookie year who was still an NFL wide receiver, or maybe they're special teamers. You guys get it. They weren't very good. St. Brown came in, caught a game winner against, I want to say it was the Vikings in the end zone with no time left, gave the Lions their first win, and from that point, his career took off. So let that sink in. He's done all this. He's on pace to break this record maybe today, and he did it by basically not playing his rookie year other than a few games here and there towards the end. When I'm bringing all this up because when we talk about Tesla, man, he was a wasted pick, blah, blah, blah. Man, wait and see after next season. If he's still doing nothing, then we probably got a conversation. But there are very few receivers that come in and do much their rookie year. And again, I talk about all the time, look at maybe the 3 greatest in any of our lifetimes Lions wide receivers. St. Brown didn't do jack. And he finally did jack the final few games, but there were no receivers out there in front of him. Kelvin Johnson didn't put up a ton. Herman Moore didn't put up a ton. So when we say Tesla is a bust or whatever else, man, I don't think that's being fair to him because he has to play behind Amon-Ra St. Brown when it's all said and done. Is he going to end up being the greatest Lions receiver ever? And if he's not, is he in the conversation for being the top 5, top 3? You probably know where I'm going with it. Jameis Williams, we can say what we want. He did not have a good game last week. 2 games prior to that, or a few games prior to the last game, he did have a pretty good game. He's in front of them on the depth chart. Lions have a ton of offensive weapons. Could Tesla crack that at some point? Maybe. May not be this year, though. All right, all that done, said all the way. We've got some insider information from friends of ours over in the Green Bay land. We're going to go over to that. Didn't really make it the main topic of the day, but we're going to talk about it now. All right, so reached out to some insiders, I guess you say, in Green Bay media. I don't, not like this is, specific news or super secret news or anything like that. But let's just go through what their thoughts are. What's wrong with the Detroit Lions? This was question number 1. I think the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL. If the playoffs would start today, they would not be in the playoffs. What is the problem? I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not going to read through all this. In a nutshell, probably nothing we don't already know. Lions stink on third down. They bring that up. They all bring that up right off the bat. Converting only 36.5 percentage rank, which is 24th in the NFL. It's been difficult for them to get and sustain drives throughout the struggles on offense throughout the year. You guys understand that. They either score or, man, they don't even get a first down half the time. Additionally, they all point out, and again, we talked about this already today. We're going to probably talk about it today to a certain degree, although I hope not. They all point out the difficulties that the Lions have with the interior offensive line. Yes, Frank Ragnow's coming back. We're assuming that's going to help things out. One thing, I've reached out to everybody I can trying to get this information. I know Kurt Steele's in the comments section, maybe Johnny Gas Sports, maybe Lauren, or whoever. But I can't find out what his current weight is. If you want to go back about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something in that range, MCDC did talk to reporters. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was Dave Burkett saying, is Frank Ragnow coming down to that title? Is he going to save the day? And he shot that down. Now, whether or not that's actual, whether or not they knew he was coming back at that point, who knows? Anyway, this has been the best kept secret in Detroit Lions history, because even the most shady mofos I know that work in that organization trying to make an extra $5 to $50 for some information didn't know anything about that. Let this sink in. Anybody trying to pad their wallet, didn't get information to ESPN, didn't get it to Fox Sports, didn't get it to Burkett, didn't get it to whoever else is trying to pay for cash for money, or for news, I should say. So with that being said, does anybody here know what Frank Ragnow is going to be able to bring? There were reports about 6 weeks ago that he had dropped 20 or 30 pounds. Let me tell you, if that's accurate, Frank Ragnow ain't putting 20 or 30 pounds of muscle back on in a week or two. My anticipation is if he's really coming back and going to help out right away, he's been working out for some time. He's got that muscle back, or at least pretty close to it. I agree with the Green Bay Packers reporters. They understand LaFleur, the defense. They're going to try to attack that Lions offensive line. Everybody watching this and the Duke crew understands football well enough to know, hey, you find a weakness, you beat that weakness down until somebody can prove that it's okay. They do point out they think the Lions have some limitations with their offensive line because of injuries. You guys already know the story of Chris Mahogany. I think he comes back maybe middle to late next month. Then how quickly can he help us out, get back to football shape? They also did point out they think they're going to do a whole lot of overload blitzes on one tackle or the other. Decker, while I think he played his best game last week, they do think his mobility is a little suspect right now. So if he's got to move a lot, they're going to try to take advantage of it because they don't know if he's got a ton of mobility in him at this point. They also brought up Dan Campbell. What impact has Dan Campbell made since taking over the play calling on the offense? This is a more difficult conversation for a lot of them just because there's not a lot of X's and O's to break down with it. They thought, to try to be fair, I agree with it. They thought he looked great against Washington, looked unprepared the last two games. Let that sink in. Opposing coach, reporters, in their opinion, and I get they're not coaches or whatever, but they watch enough games, they watch enough films. Most of these guys have been doing these jobs, 20, 30 years, longer than I have. So they may not be coaches, but they've seen enough football to know good and bad stuff. They bring up a lot of different situations. They think the LaFleur and the Packers defense is going to try to take advantage of it. One thing I do want to say for MCDC, in defense of MCDC, we talked about it during the live cast against the Giants, where the Lions used their last timeout and then get called for the delay of game. Apparently, for those who didn't know, because the broadcast didn't apparently know about it and didn't bring it up, there were headset issues for MCDC and the coaching staff. They couldn't communicate with the guys on the field. Nobody could figure out what happened. But you want to talk about, man, something odd happening at absolutely the right time. The headsets went dead for about a minute. And what happens during that minute? Well, you run out of time. They took the delay of game. They had to give visual calls to get the play out on the field for Goff and the Lions offense. So I'm going to give the MCDC a pass on that because that's beyond his control. Now, conversely, all of a sudden, things started working the next play. So have your own opinions on it. I can just say if it smells like something bad happened, something bad happened and maybe somebody flipped the wrong switch. All right, Lions defense, when talking to reporters from Green Bay about it, they were very upfront when they said this. Lions defense, especially their front seven, are dang tough to run on. The Lions defense, especially the front seven, are easy to pass on. That's their opinion. They bring up the Jameson Winston game, having 3.5 seconds to pass. They also bring up, as good as Detroit's secondary is, nobody's covering anybody for 3.5 seconds. Not in this league. Even the fifth string wide receivers, just too dang good. They also point out other games where this is a problem. They brought up the Cleveland Browns game. He gave Flacco time. Flacco just didn't take advantage of it. They feel the Lions, their biggest Achilles heel is twofold. That front for the defensive line, that front for the offensive line. If the Lions can, this is what I thought was real interesting. If the Lions can fix both of these sides, or at least improve them exponentially, I guess with Frank Ragnow or Frazier coming back, or maybe Mahogany coming back, or on the defensive side with maybe Marcus Davenport, Josh Pascal, or other people coming back to bring more pass pressure. They do say they think the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL. Some had them as number 1 if you do that, and some had them as number 3, but I also thought that was interesting to get them. With getting a Packers base prediction, this is what surprised me. Because there's little room for error, because they're at home, 3 out of the 4 people said Lions will win 24-23, and that's an average. A couple of them picked them to win by a field goal, but on average, it was basically a 1-point win. So you hear that all from the Green Bay Packers reporters. What are your thoughts on today? It's a must-win game for both teams. The loser of this, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. Maybe they go on to run the final 5 games, but if Detroit loses this game, you understand, I understand it. They're in a hole, a big hole, just to get the last remaining wild card spot. All right, I'm trying to catch you up to speed as best I can. All right, let me scroll to the top of the screen and see what you guys have to say. And by the way, before I forget, happy Thanksgiving to everybody watching this video, whether it's live, later on in the day, or whatever it may be. Hopefully, it is a glorious day for you, your friends, your families, etc. All right, still scrolling to the top of the screen, and here we go. Michael, greetings, salutations, Coach Dan and Duke Crew, exclamation point, what pride, woo, and good to see you. Johnny L, good morning, folks. Bo Booth, good morning, Duke Crew. Does Frank play today, question mark, woo? I don't believe so. My guess is, at best, probably against the Cowboys. At worst, probably, I don't know, the Rams, somewhere in that range is my guess. I don't actually know. Maybe he goes out there and wins it for us today. Big Eddie, happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew. And Coach, exclamation point, I was stunned Frank is coming back. Yeah, I think we all were, man. Again, kudos to the Lions, because that was the best kept secret in all pro sports. Johnny L, good morning, Michael. Jess, who's playing tight end or center for us today? Question mark. Let's get this game. I don't know. We'll find out probably in about 3 hours, maybe 2 hours before the game. They'll probably start having some announcements come out, actives, inactives, etc. But Booth, was hard to believe. Big Eddie, exclamation point, I concur. Art, Frank returning, turkey, pumpkin pie, a Lions victory. How sweet it is! Exclamation points. I'm down with all the above. Johnny L, good morning to you. Bo Booth. Bo, hey, Johnny. Michael, happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew, and Coach, exclamation point, I'm thankful for the good old Lord convincing Frank the Tank Ragnow to come back. I think we all are, man. Now, again, I want to be a little bit cautiously optimistic just because I don't know how much muscle he has, what's his weight, what kind of conditioning he's in. All that we'll probably get more information on probably by this time next week. So both teams are pretty beat up going into today. I'm thankful we are the home team for this. I concur. Johnny L. Is everyone ready for this? I got to imagine we all are. Good morning, Susan, says Johnny. Susan, good morning. Michael, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Same to you. Bo Booth, I expect drama. Hopefully no pain, at least for us. Hey, I like it. Like indeed. String theory. Heard Danodamus was being recruited by other teams. And as late as last night, Danodamus had an interview with Matt LaFleur. Yeah, no relation to Peter LaFleur. I was sad to hear that. Let's see, Franz Ferdinand. Why drama, Bo? Question mark. And happy Turkey Day, Duke Crew. Same to you. Henry Moore, good morning, Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. What a team. What a podcast. Exclamation point. What a time to be a Lions fan. Woo! Always a pleasure to see you every day, Henry. Johnny L, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Henry Moore, good morning, Johnny L. Johnny L, good morning, Henry. Lauren, good, thankful morning, Coach Dan and Duke Crew. Happy Thanksgiving. Back at you, my friend. Drake got to keep Goff clean today. Yeah, that would help a ton, wouldn't it? Exclamation point. Establish that running game and give him time to throw. I like the way you are foretelling. The Trim Reaper getting Frank the Tank back is good news. San Diego, 1,000%. Johnny L., good morning, Lauren. Art, if Frank is on the sideline for the game, Ford Field will be off the hook. I got to imagine, yeah. Talk about giving your team some pump up energy. Remember week 1. I still think that game ultimately comes down to like 8 to 12 plays, but think about all the energy because of the Micah Parsons trade, season opening game, all that stuff, Lambeau Field. Now, I think Frank the Tank, if he's coming out of that tunnel, just, even if he's not suited up, he's going to bring a lot of that energy to the game. Johnny L., yo, Trim, Detroit hitter, what do you got? Holy bejesus, Frank Ragnow is coming back. You're not wrong with that, my friend. It's good news. Lauren, thank God for Frank the Tank. There you go. Trim Reaper, we can go fast again. Riley O'Brien, game day, exclamation point. Back at you. How you doing today, my friend? Johnny L., I still can't believe it. Lauren, Professor Steele, what up, though? Duke Crew, what's up, man of Steel? How you doing? Robert, greetings and salutations. Always a pleasure to see you, Robert. Mark, I believe today's game winner will be the divisional champs. Loser will have to fight like heck for a wild card spot. Yeah, and I get it, man. Maybe the Bears lose a bunch of games. I don't know. Maybe the 49ers do. Maybe somebody else does. Maybe you climb back into playoff contention, but losing today is going to put a big hurt on you. Riley O'Brien, what's good, Professor Steele? Johnny L., yeah, real fast. Lauren, Trim Reaper, I just want to go fast. Who don't? I think everybody does. Professor Steele, happy Thanksgiving. Duke Crew, same to you, my friend, and everybody out there. Bo Booth, I saw a lot of talk last night about Frank losing weight while being retired. How true is that? I believe he probably did, unless the plan has always been, hey, I just need some time off, get this body right, yada, yada, yada. Maybe that's possible. I don't know. We've heard reports, and I know I mentioned this earlier, Bo, that he lost 20 or 30 pounds. But there's no way he's coming back in to be an NFL center if he's 260, 270 pounds. He would get roasted. So if he lost it, I'm assuming he put on, if not all of it back, the vast majority of it back on. Anymore, what's up, Professor Steele? Robert, breaking news. Dan does it again. Exclamation points. I don't know what the MCDC did, but we'll find out for sure. Riley O'Brien, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and back at you. Lauren, Professor Kurt Steele, good morning, boss, and happy Turkey Day. And same to everybody. Just Lynn, reading salutations to Duke Crew and Coach. Can we get pressure on Love? We're going to need to get pressure on Love. Professor Kurt Steele and more. Lauren Van Esch, good morning. Trim Reaper, if you ain't first, you're last. I think I've heard that somewhere. Lauren, Riley O'Brien, happy Thanksgiving. Robert, happy Thanksgiving. Duke Crew and families, and back to all. Thank you, Lauren Van Esch, and you as well, says Riley. Trey, what's good, everybody? Question mark. Need this game in the worst way possible? I agree, man. You win this one, you win against the Cowboys, man, all of a sudden you're in pretty good shape. Lauren, gonna start prepping turkey soon. Enjoy it. Reversion to mean. Happy Thanksgiving, Coach Dan and Duke Crew. Ban all cheese today. We'll see what we can do. Or maybe we can shred the cheese. That's what we do. David, ready for the nap after the game and my 15th plate of food. Enjoy it all. That's probably wise words of wisdom today. Trim Reaper, happy Thanksgiving to the mighty Duke Crew. Exclamation point. Woo! And back at you, JK. White Zinfandel since 4 a.m. Oh, man, you've been getting ready. Johnny L., good morning to you. Riley O'Brien, Johnny, come on, 1 o'clock. Hey, we're getting closer with every second. But with JK, how about a little crackling rose? All right, Lauren Lyons, greetings, salutations, Coach Dan, the Duke Crew. Exclamation point, go Lions, one pride, one wine. Happy Thanksgiving all. Woo! And good to see you this morning. JK, Bo Booth, that drinkity poo killing me. All right. Lauren, everyone else better half make them decorate for Christmas. Better make them decorate for Christmas after their dinner on Turkey Day. Probably in the plans today. Johnny, gin and juice. Sometimes you all got to be rocking the gin and juice. Bo, red wine makes you feel fine, doesn't it? JK, happy Thanksgiving to all. Johnny L, I'm ready for you. I'm ready. Are you ready? Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Server, good morning, Coach. Happy Thanksgiving to all and to all Lions fans and even to Broski. All right, Lauren, what up, though, Professor Steele? Trim Reaper, surely I'm still a little tipsy from the birthday shots. Could be. JK's drinking wine. Johnny L, good morning, Silver. Professor Kurt Steele, excited for the game. More excited for Ragnar's return. Ooh, there's the thought. JK, Trim, keep shooting. Professor Steele, Lauren Lyons, what up, Doe? Riley, need to win today to have Ragnar return be all the more meaningful. Probably well said. There you go. Johnny L, vodka shots and beer. JK, if Lions lose, call him Frank the Late. Must win today. Must win indeed. But it's snowing here in Charlevoix. How about you, Duke Crew? I haven't looked outside, but I know there's snow. Professor Kurt Steele, Rags instantly makes the interior of the offensive line better. Yeah, way better. Those guards don't have to chip in anymore. They can release out, or basically they can be freed up. They can be put on an island to do whatever they want. Now the question I got for everybody, including Kurt Steele, what do you do with Glasgow? Do you move him to left guard like he played last year? I wonder what they'll do. Trim Reaper, laughing. I got 2 guns for each of you. There you go. Johnny L. Good morning, Mr. Steele. Steve Rogers. Lions have a lot of guys out today. I think both teams do, to be fair. Mark, Frank may have lost some weight. Hopefully that isn't a lot of muscle mass. Game shape will be a big thing. Let's not place expectations too high for the first couple of games. Yeah, he's got to work his way back whenever he returns. Pat, shout out to Kurt and Coach for that video yesterday. Great work, Hutch Jr. and Johnny Gas. Yeah, thankful that everybody was able to make a little time to jump on air for sure. JK Glasgow injured, does it? Okay. Let's see. Media, happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew with some exclamation points. Silver Server, Johnny is strong, Lions. Johnny L. So do the Fudge Packers, Steve. Yes, correct with that. Riley, what up, JK? Hookadoo, happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew, one pride. I like the way you're thinking. JK, dope. Johnny L. Lauren, Bo Booth, what do you got in the womb? I have a coating, but high winds. All right. A call. Yep, I'll go with that. Riley, you as well, Hookadoo. Leonard, good morning, Dan and Duke Crew. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And who's ready for a Packers beatdown? Hopefully, we are all chopping in the bit to see that. Good morning to you, Leonard. Tori Apple, cooking, so it'll just be listening in the background today. Probably a lot of people doing that. JK, great morning. Riley O'Brien, Professor Steele, Bo Booth, down here, 40 degrees down here in North Carolina. Enjoy the warmth. How about that? Media Morning Coach, back at you, Hookadoo. Snowed about an inch yesterday in Toledo, Bo. All right, Queen Mary, happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew and Coach. Let's enjoy family, friends, and some Lions football. And yes, Frank the Tank is back, baby. I like it indeed. Hopefully you have a great day. Johnny L, is anyone making some cornbread today? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. So small. This is one of my favorite days of the year. It has to be, right? Man, you get to watch movies, football, eat food, all of the above. Leonard, good morning, Professor. Hassan Madley, good morning, Coach Dan and Duker. Happy Thanksgiving for all you and all my friends. Wish you beautiful day. Hey, hopefully you have a phenomenal day as well over in Cairo. JK, Jiffy Cornbread, yum. Radio, what a day to be a Lions fan indeed. I like it. I think we all like it. Johnny L, great morning to the Queen. Lauren Lyons, need to bring the grit today and feast on the cheddars. I like that with an exclamation point. Virgil Rose, everyone hit those buttons, like and subscribe. Yes, thank you for that if you guys can. Miles Margaret, thank you, Coach, and everyone for a great chat channel. One pride, exclamation point. Hey, love having this here for you guys. Professor Kurt Steele, we only have turkey, mac, and cheese and pies to cook today. Tori Apple, everyone else is done. I normally like to make kamaki for Thanksgiving, but the wife and her family don't the wife doesn't like it. Some of her family does like it. So since she doesn't like it, I guess they don't get to make it. Let's see, Queen Mary, Johnny L, I did cornbread dressing. All right, Silver Surfer. I am really curious about how Tristan Colleen will play. If he proves valid, he might start at left guard after Campbell is not too low on him, saying he did a better job than he looked. All right, yeah, we'll have to find out how he performs. Cliff Hicks. Happy Thanksgiving, Dan and Duke Crew and Frank the Tank, getting ready to head down to the game. Enjoy the game. I know, a lot of people are going to have a great time. It's part of their traditions, going to Ford Field. Trim Reaper, good looking. What's you cooking? We'll find out. Johnny L, great morning, Mr. Madley. Professor Steele, Mary Smith, me too, my favorite dish on Thanksgiving. Hassan Madley, good morning and happy Thanksgiving to all my friends. Silver Server, back at you all. Egon, I'm ready to have our fortunes told. And now you know them. Thank you, Danodamus, for making that appearance. Look at you, Riley, Johnny L, Queen Mary, and now we have Miles Marker, Grit Thanksgiving. Gummy Lions have to find a way to win today. Hey, just win, baby. Johnny L, I love it. Mary, Angie, happy Thanksgiving, Dan, the Duke Crew, exclamation point. So happy for the return of Frank the Tank. I think we're all chopping the bit to see him on the field. Holy sooner versus later. Miles Margaret, have fun. Cliff Hicks, Professor Kurt Steele, still pitching myself about the Ragdown news. Man, too bad he couldn't go today. I mean, maybe he does, but I don't think it's going to happen. Silver Star Mary, good morning. Paperback fan, greetings, salutations, Duke Crew. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Back at you. Till the Hun, me too, Kurt, media. What do y'all got on the table? Question mark. I got racks of ribs, stir-fried rice, and sweet rolls for today's game. Man, sounds good to me, especially with some hot sauce. Riley O'Brien, with you, Kurt Steele, even more so if we win today. Hookadoo, Mr. Hassany, and a very happy Thanksgiving to you also. Johnny L., right back at you, Hookadoo. Riley O'Brien, great to see you. Until the Hun. JK, Frankenfurters with brown Ragnow gravy. Angie, it's coming over gritty. Hey, you got to get gritty with it, right? Until the Hun, need a victory today and Frank to play against Dallas to take advantage of it. Yeah, I'm down with all of the above. Let's make that happen. Michael, great morning. Exclamation point, back at you. Hey, Riley, says Attila. Henry Moore, a glorious day to you, Mr. Hassanin. Yeah, good afternoon to you over in Cairo. Johnny L, here we go. Exclamation point, Silver Server. Hassanin, hello there, Modley. Exclamation points. Professor Goodsteel, Colin is the serval center. Goff is going to have to call out the protection safe. May be true. Bo, eating at church meal today with some of my kids. All right, media. Is it official that Denver is playing today? I don't think it will be official for a few more hours, but that's my anticipation. JK, morning hookadoo. Johnny L, how's your weather, Coach Dana? I think it's cold, a little bit of snow, not too bad though. Riley O'Brien, Coach Dana Dooku, let's go! Exclamation point. I'm down with that. Trim Reaver, y'all ready to win versus Green Bay? I think we're all ready to win. Danodamus is here, says Professor Kurt Steele. Danodamus, I'm down with that. JK, Lauren, Turkey Day Adamus. Danodamus, exclamation point. Should have a turkey hat. Ooh, maybe next year. Egan, I remember when this game was our Super Bowl. Sometimes the only time we were shown nationally. We've come a long way. Yeah, we have indeed. Danodamus has spoken, says Trim Reaver. Mary Smith, Professor Steele, that's not on the table. I might come up missing. It might come up missing indeed. Let's see. McKay, what do you got? Happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew. Same to you. Don Kong. Let's skipping go. Exclamation points. Happy Thanksgiving. Laughing out loud. Super Bowl or bust is back, baby. I'm back on the attack. I see Melly. Happy Thanksgiving to Cynthia Hookadoo, Silver Server, Johnny L, Queen Mary, Big Eddie, and all my friends and the Lions family. Today is a must-win game. Go Lions. I like it indeed. Jesus Christ King, 1976. Don't feel good about this game, but the season is looking up with Ragnar back in the lineup. It is indeed. Professor Goodsteel, Queen Mary, you and me both, all dogs. Good morning, Coach Duke Crew. Let's go. Frank is back. Go Lions. Yes, he is, and glad to see you, my friend. Queen Mary, good morning, my handsome Lions Talk Live brothers and beautiful queens. Back at you. Dunk Kong must win, baby. Exclamation points. Silver Server, Professor Good Steel. Thanks for the profile. Now, even more curious, could he become something more than that? We'll find out. Gumby, what do you got? 777's happy Turkey Day. Good day. Duke Crew. Exclamation point. Thanksgiving Day is here. Hookadoo. Mr. Hassan, happy Thanksgiving to you also. Who has a chunk of cheese on their menu tonight for dinner? Oh, yeah, we'll find out. Hopefully it's a good eating of cheese at the game. Lauren, yes, losers get casseroles. And I think that's probably what they're going to get. Who the heck got that can sack Love? All right, let's all sack Jordan Love today. GSS, greetings, salutations. Happy Thanksgiving to the Duke Crew and Coach Dan. Just wanted to say I am thankful for Frank coming back to the Lions. Hey, I'm thankful for the Duke Crew, Frank the Tank, the Lions, the whole shebang. Jerome, let's all have a toast of dew on Thanksgiving to our offense line quarterback coming back. There you go, JK. I still think the offense will start slow. Let's hope not. McKay, what do you got? Mother Nature has made the outside nice and snowy this morning. They have indeed. Hail to the Queen, the Trim Reaper. Jim Brewer, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Media, Danodamus, exclamation point. Good to see you 100%. 27-20. Lions, I'll take that. I think we'll all take the win. Ezra Gray, good morning, Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. Frank being back is going to give the offense a uplift if he can play or not this week. Detroit 31, Green Bay 23. Hey, any win is a good win. I'll take today. JK, it's been this way all season, in your opinion. Motown Mitch, guys saying how bad GG was will be crying to bring him back after today, sadly. Let's hope not, Motown Mitch. Christina Conway, happy Thanksgiving to everyone on this blessed and safe Thanksgiving. Play as a team. Detroit Lions, happy Thanksgiving to the Lions family and friends. Everyone be safe today. And back at you. K ain't pressed. I want a win for my birthday. Let's get you a birthday win. And just for your birthday, let's give you a 1, 2, 3. And there you go. Riley O'Brien, you as well, Jim. Jesus Christ. I hope Goff survives until Ragnow gets back in the lineup. Let's hope he does indeed. That would be best for us. Lauren Van Esch, I just want to see D. Monty again at the end of the game. First year was hilarious. So we'll see if we can do that. McKay, and I hope it won't be too late for Frank to come back. I did mention earlier in the season would heal up and come back. Let's hope he does come back strong, 100%. JK, Danodamus, keep leaving without saying goodbye. It happens, man. Hasi Meli, good morning, Professor Steele, and thank you for the great news of yesterday. Happy Thanksgiving. Hookadoo, Danodamus did a number on your hair this morning, Coach. It happens. Christina Conway, happy Thanksgiving to my son, Byron. Bradshaw, happy Thanksgiving to Trina, Christina, and Thomas. Happy Thanksgiving to Trina, Christina, and happy Thanksgiving to my mom. Love you all. Love everyone. All right, have a great day indeed. Silver Server, Hooky-Doo, how about the Hooky-Doo? Question mark. Just an alternative. Well, maybe an idea. Riley O'Brien, great to see you, Silver Server. Lauren, Silver Server, that's good. Moonscar Blade, happy Thanksgiving. Do Crew, exclamation point. May your cornbread have extra grit in it today. FTP down with the fudgies. Let's take them down indeed. Trim Reaver, let's go Lions. Woo! Exclamation point. Steve, comb that hair, homie. And ain't happening on air, my friend. Jesus Christ, ripped the brave National Guard who got murdered by a monster. I guess I don't know anything about that. 19 says Christina, McKay, Grit Morning, Mary, and Hookadoo, and Miles Berger, and all the rest out there. Hookadoo, let's see, McKay, is that you? Rock, we'll have to find out. McKay, yeah, is that Coach Rock? I don't know. Let's see, Silver Server, Riley O'Brien, JK, buzz cut, Danodamus hair, please. I kind of like my hair, but anyway, obviously this morning it's not done. Big D, Morning Crew, Henry Moore, cornbread and honey. Ooh, now we're talking. Yum, with the next exclamation point. Big D, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, well, thanks indeed. Let's see, Christina, thanks for all the updates. You do all about the Lions. Keep up the good work. Woo! And thank you for that. Coach Rock, at least I don't know. Maybe that is who it is. You're going to have to go in and get that fixed. If it is, yes, it is, but don't like the new format of names. Yeah, there's a way you can fix it. I don't have the link. Maybe somebody will throw it in the comment section for you. Lions, do or die vet. Greetings, salutations, do crew. Happy Thanksgiving, Coach and crew. Back at you, Moonscar Blade. I'm waiting for the 9-book complete set myself. Hey, who isn't, right? Let's see, Jake Cake. Our cranberry sauce. We're going to do stuff like the like bun, and a turkey do crew. Hey, have some turkey with your do. How about that today? Man, stuff, I'm still pinching myself since yesterday. It's Thanksgiving, but it feels like Christmas. Exclamation point. I'm happier than Ralphie when he got his Red Ryder BB gun. I think we all know about that. Happy Thanksgiving. Ooh, Franksgiving. I'm going to go with that. Can't press. David McKinley said the Lions do a lot of chipping, and the Lions talk too much. We'll see if they do. Let's see, chirping, excuse me. Media, Frank the Tank is back, exclamation point. We just got to keep winning. Hey, win at all costs, I would say. All right, I only got about 5 minutes left, and I got to get out of here for the holidays, so let me power through, get some people on who haven't been on as much. Brett, happy Thanksgiving. Dan the Duke Crew, exclamation point, go Lions. Back at you. Don Burr, next week's game will be the biggest game of the year. Hey, that might be true. You keep winning. You keep getting big games, so that's pretty good. Couture is set to pre-Sangon Japan, so my knowledge of that period is sketchy. It's a fun foray. Hey, I'll go with that, Bo, and thanks for reading it. Professor Steele LaFleur is scared of Dan Campbell traps, and next, it could be K Impress, and he mentioned us having injuries. He did indeed, many times. So those happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew. Go Lions. Let's flip and go. Frank the Tank is back. He is indeed. Lions, what do you going to say, 92 vet? I can't believe Frank is back in town and ready to lay the hammer down. He is indeed. Let's hope he does a lot of that. Sanders, happy Thanksgiving, Duke Crew, from the Great White North. Let's go Lions, exclamation point. Woo! And good to see you as always, my friend. David, say greetings, salutations, Coach of Duke Crew. Woo! Let's go Lions. Grateful and thankful for family, friends, and of course, our beloved Detroit Lions. Time to grade some cheese. Heads and freaking go. One pride. We got to bring the pride today. Queen Mary, dang coach, a little violent today. Let's hope not. Let's hope not indeed. Let's see, Doggone. If Frank is on the sidelines, we win by 20 points. I like the way you're foretelling the future. Media, Big Bank Hank ain't going nowhere. He wants a ring. I like it. Brent, Lauren Van Ness, what was that website where you got your jerseys from? We'll find out. Looking for people who haven't been on as much. Scrolling. Southwest Revenge. This isn't week one. We are in playoff mode. It will be a statement game for us. The Lions would come out blazing. I like that. Dennis, can't wait to see Frank in the lineup. I think we're all chopping the bit there. Gary, hit the like, 202 watching, 75 likes. If you guys can, that would be great. The Rebel 8, good morning, Coach Dan and Duke Crew. Exclamation points back at you. Brent, thanks, Lauren. Looking for more people haven't been on as much. The Rebel, come on, Duke Crew, smash all the buttons. Thank you for that. Broski, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Exclamation point. Is Colin starting the Sunday? I think that's where they're going, but we'll obviously find out later today. Lion Pride, today's not going to be good, but the future is looking bright with Ragnar returning. I concur with your assessment for the most part. Dr. Detroit, you need to play the theme song from MASH when you show this list. Ooh, that's an idea, although I'd probably run into copyright infringements. All right, Southwest, I'm up cooking. I think a lot of people are right now. Big D, let's hope not. Silver says Broski Bear, yes, he is. Let's see. Henry Moore, hey, Broski, top of the morning. Back at you guys. Gun Guy, happy gobble. Back at you with your gobbling. Let's see. K and Press, did you guys hear what Xavier McKinley said about us? Somebody put it in the comment section a few minutes ago. Southwest, laughing and upset, maybe? I'm not really sure where to go with that one. Well, the Lions Pride, I doubt that we will win today unless Gibbs can have a great game. Well, I believe we're going to win. Yeah, just me, though, being positive. Pete, JK, Hookadoo, laughing out loud. Big D, oh, got it. It happens. Hookadoo, happy Turkey Day, Broski. Looking for people who haven't been on as much. Moonscar Blade, JK, laughing. Let's see. Lewis Long, what do you got? Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Big Lou in the house. Thank you for that. Media. Amon-Ra St. Brown could definitely break that record today. I think, yeah, he's going to break it eventually. Whether or not it's today, tomorrow, who knows, man. Riley Bryant, you as well. Yeah, Lou's Long. Let's see. Moonscar Blade, good morning. Riley. Detroit D. Dr. Detroit. Ragnar may be too little too late. Let's hope not. Same old soup. Just reading. Tardy but present. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Other people haven't been on as much. Coach Tanya K. Hey, Coach and Duke Crew. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's go, Lions. I like the way you're thinking. Let's see. Mastoff. Hank could possibly be a great OC. That's not a bad idea, actually, if he wants to do that, though. Lions Pride. Tesla. Lack of play is pointing to bust area. I don't know about that, man. I just think he's actually got talent in front of him where St. Brown and some other guys didn't. That's just my opinion, though. It doesn't have to be yours. All right, let's see. Big D, okay, to each his own, I suppose. That's where I usually go with it. Maleficent Fisher, good morning, everyone. Exclamation point, pause, take a moment, breathe, patience. Hey, I try to do what I can. Big D, agreed 100% K. Let's see. Brent, what do you got? Grit morning, Miles Margaret, Hookadoo. Let's see. You're looking for others who haven't been on as much. Queen Mary, agreed K. All right, let's see. Zeiserman, what do you got? Lions tickets versus Rams just became much sweeter with Frank coming back. I'm down with that. Pat, I think this was planned for Frank coming back. That's why they didn't do anything at the trade deadline. He will play against Cowgirls. Yeah, it's possible that was part of it. Him and maybe other injuries coming back compelled them not to make trades. All right, guys, as you know, it's a holiday. I got to get out of here, get ready for the day. If there is breaking news today, maybe I can get to you, maybe not. I will probably have a post-game video, maybe not right after the game because family and friends will be here, but later tonight I'll probably do a post-game show. I'll reach out to Riley and others, see if they want to hop on, but with it being the holiday, people are going to be around. They're not going to be around. You guys get it. Hopefully everybody has a great and phenomenal Thanksgiving. Enjoy it with family, friends, whatever you're going to do. Be kind to others. You guys know what I always say, just try to be kind to others, be a good human being. Thanks for all being a part of the Duke Crew. I'm thankful for that. Thankful for you guys. And you know what? We'll see you guys all on the next Lions Talk Live. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.